Let's talk about it. Who I am and why I started Rise. A little bit about my player journey. So, as a youth, I grew up in Southern California, but I first started my very first taste of basketball was actually in Northern California. A very good family friend of ours. He was the owner and the creator of the Oakland Rebels, a very, very competitive program, still going on to this day. That's where I got my very first taste of basketball. That was in the third grade. But then I moved over to Los Angeles in the fourth grade. From there, it was playing recreational in my city, Palmdale Youth Rec League, fourth grade, fifth grade. I always played up though when I played in that rec league. So as I got into middle school, sixth grade, I went to school in the San Fernando Valley. So that's kind of when I got introduced to club ball. Played in the San Fernando Valley, great competition. So in Palmdale when I was playing rec, as I said, I was top of my class, better player on my team. Now I get to middle school, I'm playing club ball in the San Fernando Valley. I'm just kind of average player. A couple years in middle school ball, then I start to hit my growth spurt a little bit. So now I'm 6'2", 6'3". So now I'm kind of like the taller player. I could get putbacks, block shots. I could do everything like those tall players can do. So that really helped me out on the court. And that's where I got seen and got introduced to playing travel ball. I had a team that was based out of LA, Team Odom, I Can All Stars. That's where you see this jersey this jersey right here, I Can All Stars. And it was a travel team that went all around West Coast. We went to Phoenix, went to Las Vegas for different basketball tournaments. So I played there for my for my travel ball team. Then I got to high school. High school it was over here, Chaminade. So my freshman year, I was on the C team or the freshman team. My sophomore year, I was on the JV team. Got bumped up for the playoffs on the varsity team. Didn't play, just got to sit the end of the bench though. Junior year, now I'm a starter on the varsity team. And then senior year, it was my team, CIF co-player of the year, but ended up tearing the ACL. So had a torn ACL last game before the championship, semifinals. So that was very tough, definitely to deal with. So from there, freshman year was at Cal State Long Beach. Boom, you see this jersey right here. Had a torn ACL, had to rehab there. So it was a redshirt year on the court. Transferred to Arizona Western, a junior college out in Yuma, Arizona. Did 1 year there, rehabilitated, got some confidence on the court, got my AA degree, and was able to transfer to Prairie View A&M. Did 3 years there, was a SWAC preseason defensive player of the year, went to two conference championship games, lost in both of those games to go to the NCAA tournament, unfortunately. But hey, it was a great experience. I learned a lot, and that's where I became a man for sure at Prairie View. I don't have that jersey on the wall because I have one of them at my Rise gym on the wall, and then another one is on my living room wall. So that's why you don't see a Prairie View jersey on there. But I'm always wearing like Prairie View stuff all the time for sure. So that's the journey from college. Going overseas, I played in three countries: Oaxaca, Mexico, Malta, and China. So three different countries in about maybe a 2 year span, 1.5 to 2 year span. So that was my professional career overseas in those three countries. Came back home to Los Angeles, played in the Drew League a little bit, got introduced to sports commercials. So I was a body double for a few NBA players. That was real fun. Got to get into Kobe's farewell commercial. And that's where I got this jersey right here. And that last commercial Kobe Bryant was in for Nike. I was in that commercial as well as a Laker player on his team. One of my coolest bucket list experiences for sure. So after that commercial, I'm in LA. I'm living at home with my parents, graduated college, done playing ball overseas. I gravitate towards doing some private one-on-one training. I also get a part-time job doing some youth basketball coaching. So I got the part-time job being a youth basketball coach with the team locally in LA. I did that for about a season. And then I also got a job at the Glendale YMCA as the sports coordinator, where I was putting together leagues, putting together programs for the sports program there. And then I seen that there was a gap. There is recreational players that were competitive enough to go play at the next level AAU basketball, but they just didn't have an entry point. So I wanted to create one in my area. I was at the Glendale YMCA. Then I created Glendale Rise. So that's where I become the creator and founder of Rise Basketball School, which started in LA. And then we moved 2017, 2018 to Albuquerque, and we've been here running ever since. So that's my journey from player, coach to now founder. My mission when I first started was to inspire the next generation of basketball student athletes. And what that meant was for me, I always enjoyed and just had fun playing basketball. 21, pickup, 3-2-1 at school, knockout, playing in games. I really just had a joy for playing basketball. I didn't even know what Division 1 college basketball. Like I knew what college basketball, UCLA, Oregon Ducks. I knew those colleges and I watched those games, but I didn't know what it took to get a scholarship. I didn't know the whole process. I didn't know the other things that came to wanting to play at the next level as far as strength and conditioning, weight room, you know, meal preps, nutrition, sleep, all those things. All I wanted to do was just play, 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 play. So as I went through my journey, went through my experiences, had some injuries, had to go through 3 different colleges, some ups and some downs, dealing with some off the court issues, dealing with on the court issues, different coaches, gaining confidence, losing confidence. I really wanted to inspire the next generation and kind of talk to them and also show them that there's a lot of opportunities outside of just playing the game. As I said, I was able to get into sports commercials. I started a clothing line, and all this was through basketball, through my connections. Basketball was able to teach me a lot just to be able to operate and navigate through life. A lot of my fun as a youth was going on my AAU tournaments, on my trips, going to Las Vegas, walking the Las Vegas Strip with my teammates, going to Circus Hotel, going to NBA Summer League, then going to playing in my game. So I wanted to bring those experiences to my players in Rise, and I thought that that would inspire them. They would get to see high level basketball, that would inspire them to train harder, to work harder, to focus, to lock in. Maybe you want to inspire to get outside of New Mexico. I know a lot of players now in my program, when we go on trips to Denver, we go on trips to Phoenix, they're telling me it's their first time traveling outside of the city. So those are always great experiences and memories I know that they have. So that's always been my mission, to inspire the next generation of basketball student athletes. So why Rise? As I mentioned, I just wanted to inspire the next generation, give them those opportunities, the ones that I had, kind of amplify those opportunities for maybe kids that didn't really get that. I was 6'9". I grew up in Los Angeles. I was walking through a mall. A coach came up to me, asked me if I played ball. I said yes. He said, "Come to a practice." I went to a practice. I was 6'9". I wasn't necessarily the best player, but since I was 6'9", I was able to get up at the rim. I can shoot. I was skilled, but I wasn't at where they were. They were like D1 potential already. I had to work to kind of get to my D1 status. So I got that opportunity. I know not a lot of kids are going to get that opportunity, especially here in Albuquerque. Once I moved here right away, even before I moved here, my wife, she's from here. She was already putting me on game and telling me how the landscape was. And I did my research, and there was not a lot of opportunities for those kids that really took the game serious, that wanted to improve. So I just wanted to give those opportunities back. Most definitely is why I created Rise. You know, it's a place for development for sure. We work on skill development, life development. It's a place for competition. We compete every day in practice. We compete locally, regionally, out of state, and we built a community. You know, we're players, we're parents, we're coaches, we're family. We hang out, us coaches, when we go on road trips. We have a lot of fun. I know the players, they're intermixing with each other and inviting each other over for slumber parties and birthday parties. So there's been a community that's been built for sure here within Rise in Albuquerque, and I'm very grateful for that, most definitely. And what to expect here on this podcast? Let's talk about it. There's a lot of transparency and storytelling at every level when it comes to my basketball experience, my journey, what I've learned, me passing that information and knowledge onto that next generation, onto the parents, onto the players that are in my program, that are not in the program, that just don't have this knowledge. I can navigate it, or I can help you navigate it. I've done it as a player at all levels. I've done it as a coach at all levels. So I'm here as a resource to the community. Once again, this is Let's Talk About It podcast. My name is Coach Jules Montgomery, powered by I Will Rise Media.